Ismael Valdez was able to scale his HVAC business to 112 million from Google Maps alone. No, he didn't spend a bunch of money on Google Ads, he didn't spend a bunch of money on Meta, and no, he didn't spend a bunch on Yelp. He actually used a strategy that is completely free to do that not a lot of businesses know about. And if you want to copy NexGen success, and you maybe heard about this company and how they grew so quickly within 3 years in Southern California, we have to take a look at the strategy that is implemented. And first, we want to understand, why does the strategy work for Ismael and why would it work for your business as well, right? And so Ismael's business model is, he's an HVAC company, but he's also is a plumbing company. When you're an HVAC and plumbing company, there's two sides to the business that you can look at. You either focus on high ticket jobs or low ticket services that upsell into high ticket jobs, right? And knowing how NexGen's processes works is they don't spend advertising and they don't focus on advertising offers that are focusing on high ticket jobs. What I mean by this is NexGen has a two-step sales process where they send a technician, and the technician takes a look at a system on a diagnostic or a tune-up, and then they solve the problem and turn it into a high ticket sale. Then they have someone else come in and turn it into a high ticket sale. That is their process. And so when they're spending money on advertising, the strategy isn't to optimize, for a keyword of HVAC replacement. They actually focus on, urgent calls, right? So how can you get urgent calls? Well, in order to get urgent calls, this is repairs, tune-ups, maintenance, customers basically saying, oh, my air's not working, this isn't working, my hot water is not turning on, all those things. When a customer has urgency, they really need something, and you solve their problem, you earn their trust. And when you earn their trust, you can pretty much charge whatever price that you want, right? And NexGen, they don't charge $10,000 for a full system replacement. They charge a minimum of $20,000, $30,000. Right? So while you're doing one job for 10K, they're doing 3 jobs in one job, right? But the strategy that they use to implement this is, if we look on Google search and we look for NexGen HVAC in Los Angeles, you can see that they have multiple locations. You don't have to have just multiple storefronts, because a lot of us can't just buy real estate like this or lease multiple offices. But what we can actually do is you can have different suites, maybe you have different properties or offices that you spend just for $500 per month, and you can have a Google My Business profile there. So what NexGen did is, all throughout Southern California, they have a Google Business profile in each location. Take a look: Anaheim, Torrance, Newbury Park, Arcadia, Laguna Hills, Palm Desert, Fontana. They are literally in every corner of Southern California. But why does this work? Take a look at each of their profiles. Some of them have 2.4K reviews, some of them have 2,000, some of them just have 600, right? What actually happens here is, most consumers, when they look for something, they're looking for something in their proximity, right? Because someone in Anaheim won't call a contractor in Laguna Hills. Someone in Palm Desert won't call someone in Anaheim. So if NexGen only had one Google Maps profile, they wouldn't show up in all these locations. Because when we look closely at Google Maps, a single profile will only take up a certain area, right? So here it only really take up, near Allison Viejo, kind of near this area in Laguna in Orange County. And if you want to take up another area, you got to have another location in north of Orange County, right? Kind of near Garden Grove, because every profile is only going to attract customers in your proximity. Right? Now, all these phone calls that you're getting are completely free, because setting a Google profile is completely free. What is not free is the suite and the leasing and the rent or the property that you're paying for, right? But the calls that you're getting, that's what's going to be able to turn that into an ROI. And all the phone calls you're getting is completely free. But you can't just set up a profile and let it sit. And you probably think, I probably don't have enough past customers to get all these reviews, right? And so, yeah, it'd be a bonus if you have all these customers, but there are actually a lot of things that you can do to help you rank. You can't just have a location and have a bunch of reviews on your profile. So what NexGen does actually on their profiles is they really stay up to date. They add photos, they create posts every single day on all these Google profiles. They have a Q&A section on their Google profile, and they make updates to the Google profile every day. They look at the keywords that they need to rank on. They have a website for every single site, and they're doing lots of things and generating a lot of activity on the Google profile so that they're ranking in every single area, not just relying on, having a lot of reviews, because not every business can do that. However, you also need a system to continuously get reviews over time. Training your technician to collect reviews, having incentives in place, right? Having a system in your CRM to reach out to customers and get reviews, right? That is really important, because at the end of the day, customers are always going to choose someone who has more reviews. But Ismael didn't spend tens and thousands, hundreds and thousands, millions of dollars on Google, Facebook paid ads to do this. All they did was set up multiple locations on Google Maps. And if you want to implement this strategy for your business and work with a company that has done this for multiple businesses, feel free to book a call with me below, and I'm more than happy to take a look at where your business currently ranks and see where we can build multiple Google business profiles so you can recreate the same exact strategy for your business.